What NBA players really think of Nikola Jokic? Jokic becomes the NBA's 13th back-to-back MVP winner, and the first center to do since Moses Malone. The Denver Nuggets' Nikola Jokic has been selected the NBA's most valuable player for the 21-22 season, as voted on by members of the media. Jokic has won MVP honors for the second consecutive season, becoming the 13th player in NBA history and the first center to do so since Moses Malone in 1982-83. With such a fantastic performance and achievement, you're bound to have a large fan base who adores you and those who despise you. So in this video, we'll take a look at what NBA players really think about Nikola Jokic. LeBron James. Nikola Jokic is now one of the best passing big men in the NBA. With 8.4 assists per game, the Nuggets center is tied with Chris Paul for the NBA lead. After the Lakers defeated the Nuggets, LeBron James praised Jokic's ability to see the floor. James compared Jokic to Lithuanian legend Arvydas Sabonis. "The guy has an unbelievable talent to see the floor and see the plays before they happen," James said. You could look back at Arvydas Sabonis and things that he was doing was his passing ability. It was so out of the world because you haven't seen a big fella like that, a 7-foot guy passing the ball like he was doing for the Portland Trail Blazers. You've never seen that. But if you go and look at some of his tape from overseas when he's playing on the national team and things of that nature, they already had seen that. You could probably say the same thing for Joker. You could go look at his national games or him being back home before he got to the league, probably doing the same thing. The pass is just a rewarding thing, not for yourself but for your teammates. Everyone feels involved, and when you're the best player on the team and guys still feel like they're just as important as the best player on the team because he's sharing the ball. He wants the ball moved side to side. He loves to see success of his teammates. It makes so much easier for your teammates to play for you. Jokic continues to get better and even better every single year, and he's taking another step forward this year. It's good to see that. I just love watch guys that just play selfless basketball and play for the love and the joy and the love of matter of their teammates and not just for themselves. These are some great words coming from the likes of LeBron James. In Denver, Jamal Murray witnessed Nikola Jokic's first-hand talent, and he recently chastised fans who despise the big man. I watch some of these people on social media talk like he's not the MVP, and if you actually have played basketball and you've watched basketball, he dominates the game without jumping out the gym, without moving the fastest, and he's just picking defenses apart. He's being double-teamed every possession, and still averaging a triple-double without his two main scorers out there on the court, Murray said to Complex. He continued, "How much more do you want him to do? He has to basically go up and dunk between his legs for you guys to be happy. He does everything that a winning team and a championship team needs, and it's self-explanatory. He's the most valuable player every time he steps on the court." Murray makes some solid points. Just because Jokic doesn't jump up and dunk between his legs doesn't mean he's not an MVP. And if everything goes as planned, Jokic will remain a tremendous achiever in NBA history. Draymond Green following Golden State's series victory. Draymond Green lavishes praise on Denver's big man. "I told him thank you for making me better. It's an honor and a pleasure to play someone so skilled. Usually, when you have guys that talented and skilled, they're soft, and he's far, far from soft. He's an absolutely incredible player," Draymond said. Throughout the series, the two players had numerous fierce battles, but their respect remained mutual. Given his lack of stature, Draymond had to rely on his defensive acumen to help slow Jokic down, which he admirably did. While Jokic got his as expected, he was unable to completely dominate the series as he had in the previous years. Again, this is not an indictment of Jokic, who put up monster numbers even without his two co-stars, but Draymond deserves a lot of credit for forcing him to work extra hard. Richard Jefferson, this MVP battle between Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo could be one of the most competitive in a long time. A case may be made for each one of them, but retired NBA player Richard Jefferson is opposed to handing the award to Jokic solely based on stats for the second year in a row. Richardson remarked on the Joe Tippin podcast regarding Jokic earning another MVP. "I think Jokic has done a masterful job. They have dominated the teams that they were supposed to beat. Now, when they went against the teams that they weren't supposed to beat, it didn't look nearly as pretty. And that's still good, a .500 record versus the teams that are a .500 above, but we're with NBA history when we start doing this. We're with the legacy of the league by giving an MVP to guys multiple times just focused on the statistics. My opinion." Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic jokingly explained Nikola Jokic's low-key attitude and fondness for horses, while the Mavericks star also discussed his childhood basketball idols. Luka immediately thought of Nikola Jokic and his low-key demeanor. Jokic doesn't have Instagram or anything, he's just a different guy. He loves his horses. I tried to convince him to make Instagram, but he said, no chance. Lucas spoke about Jokic, with whom he has formed a deep friendship, particularly during All-Star weekends when the duo is frequently partnered up in all activities. Greg Popovich. The greatness of Jokic prompted the Americans coach to praise him as well. Greg Popovich has been on Jokic's side for quite some time. According to him, he's too damn good. It's not fair all the things he can do. It's kind of Larry Birdish in a way. He's not going fast. He's not jumping high. It's kind of Larry Birdish, great hands, scores every which way. Involves all of his teammates, probably the best passing big man we've seen in a very long time. Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis says Nikola Jokic is a hell of a player. Anthony Davis certainly has great regard for Jokic and the Nuggets as a team, or maybe he's simply saying this to keep worth of their Western Conference Finals victory high. He's not wrong when he claims Jokic will offer a different type of difficulty for them when compared to their matchups against other superstars, as the Joker has one of the most unique skill sets in the NBA history. Trae Young. While many are doubting Denver Nuggets star Nikola Jokic's MVP victory against Joel Embiid, Atlanta Hawks player Trae Young believes it is a well-deserved honor for the Serbian. Young turned to Twitter after the official score and the NBA's confirmation of the Nuggets' star victory to offer his feelings. Unlike other former NBA players who have condemned the Joker, the Hawks great offered him flowers and even spoke positive things about him. Jokic, game is so tough. Funny dude, too deserved. JJ Redick, a former NBA sharpshooter, recently discussed why Nikola Jokic was the right choice for this year's prize on his podcast. I do not know why we are so up in arms that Jokic won, Redick went on to say. I think the voters got it right, and that is not an affront to Joel. I love him dearly, he's like a brother to me, but Jokic should have been MVP. Had I had a vote, I would have voted for Jokic. Michael Malone. The head coach also chimed in praising Jokic for his efforts this season. I don't know what else you can say about Nikola at this point, stated Michael Malone. He's consistently improved his game. He has consistently proven people wrong when they doubt him, and he's consistently the best player on the floor, night in and night out. I have said it many times before, I'm extremely grateful to Coach Nikola Jokic and just as grateful for the bond that we've built off the court in our 7 years together. When asked if he was a role model for future European basketball players during his MVP press conference, Jokic was utterly humble. I don't know that I inspire, I never thought about that, Jokic said. But if you work hard or try hard, you can do whatever you want to do. I guess I'm not a bad person to look up to, I was the 41st pick in all those stories. Without a doubt, Jokic is a wonderful example of a player who future generations of basketball stars may look up to. He's from Sombor, Serbia, which had a population of roughly 47,000 people in 2011. He had only played in Serbian and Adriatic leagues before he was drafted. And as Jokic confessed during his press conference, he was sleeping when his name appeared on ESPN's screen during a Taco Bell advertising. Take a look at the Nuggets' Serbian superstar's incredible humility, and you'll see a player who may have transformed the game forever. So, how do you feel about Nikola Jokic?